Hey guys, if you are watching this live, come on through. The link is above. Come on into the group because I want to answer all your questions as best as I possibly can. Hey guys, if you're watching this on live, if you're watching this in the group, come on into the group. Come on in, say hello, say hello. If you're watching on live, if you're watching this in the group, come on into the group. I'm on Facebook and say hello, say hello. What's going on, guys and girls?
What up?
How
you doing?
I'm okay. How are you? How is everyone?
well.
Doing good, man.
Let's give it a couple of minutes. And we'll let some people in. How's everyone going? How did November go, guys? Let's hear some good news. Here's some positivity. Who wants to share some positivity? Robbie, go for it, buddy.
I got a great story. Just listening to your trainings, and I've been reading that book, The Alter Ego by Todd Herman, The Alter Ego Effect. And so I was having an interview about 3 weeks ago, and it was so amazing because the guy was having the same objections that I've been learning from you on handling objections. And it was so freaking cool, Bill, because all of a sudden, right at the end of the interview, I just settled, and you became my freaking alter ego during this interview. And the way I handled the rest of the interview, anyway, I got this job, and it was perfect for me because it's a proven team, but they're starting out with a new program, and so I'm getting to practice.
Awesome.
Some solid, good team practice, and it was that it's just been your training and the confidence in handling these objections and learning how that really helped me get to the next level. So anyways, awesome. I wanted to bring that to you.
Perfecto. Well done. So is this a new job? This is something you're going to have next year, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I think next year, as well as the team I'm working with, they have more than just one offer that it's like a small ad agency coming up.
Yeah. Some
good contacts, some good people, good values. It all aligned. I was just being me. Fantastic. And just practicing. And so I just got to, so far, thank you. What I've learned so far, I'm certain to get that interview. Anyway, so I'll be reporting my numbers. That's my goal here, is to learn what I've been learning, give me some numbers established on a good offer so that we can go to the next level.
For sure. Perfect. Good stuff. Just a quick one, guys. If you're watching this on Facebook, let me know that you can hear me. Sometimes the audio kicks in and out. Who else got some news? Who else got some wins? How was November, guys? I know we're leading into Christmas, and I know all you Yankee doodle doos have Thanksgiving. How was November for you all?
It was a great month for me. I got into kind of my first online selling role. I come from a more traditional sales background where I was being pillaged, where they gave me a poor salary for doing multi-million-dollar deals. So now I'm on a pure commission structure. And last week was my first week, and I was able to close $24,000 worth of revenue, taking 3 days of calls. So I'm really excited to start to establish my baseline where I'm going and really be able to start to improve from there.
Fantastic. Welcome to the dark side, as they say, where you're commission only. And then what'll happen, buddy, here's the other side. You get really, really good, and then they'll give you a base because they don't want to lose you. That's what will happen. So good for you. Good stuff. Well done. Anyone else? Big Mikey's in the building. How are you, Mikey? How are you? Mikey's like, is that me?
Yes, yeah, is it me?
Yeah, that's me, Michael Lamotte. How are you, buddy?
Dude, good. Always a pleasure to, honored to see you, man. You're a beast.
How are things? You're over in Arizona, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
What part of Arizona are you in?
I'm in Gilbert.
Gilbert. Nice. Fantastic. The place that never gets cold.
Relative. I think it's all relative.
Yeah, it's like when I went to Miami, they're like, this is cold. I was like, it's like 28 degrees, 30 degrees. I was like, this is not cold, you fucking prick. This is warm.
I'm from Canada. We shovel when it's cold.
Yeah, you got to wear your hat and jumper in the house. Can't have the heat on.
It's a cold front for us in South Florida when you were down here.
Yeah, shit. I was like, I wouldn't like to go when it's really hot. Because it's the humidity that kills you there, isn't it? It's the like stickiness and the hardness. It's like putting your head in an oven. It's just too much.
Yeah.
Stuff. Okay, let's go one or two more. I want to do a little bit of a look. What I'm going to do today, guys, is I'm going to open some of your eyes. To be quite honest, I'm going to open some of your eyes to what the fuck the market is going to look like in next year. Now, some people might take an awful lot away from it. Some people might be like, "Oh, what a fucking asshole that Bill guy is." What can you do? I can't win. Someone said to me one time, it was very, very funny. They said to me, you could save a cat out of a burning building or a dog or whatever you like, and someone out there would still think you're a prick for saving the cat or dog. So you can't win with everyone. Well, you're not supposed to, as they say. Let's go one more win, and then we're going to open up. I'll show you guys what I got for you, and then we're going to open up for some Q&As at the end. I just want to see where you guys are at. If you need any help with anything, that we can all come together and we can figure out how to help you guys move forward. Okay. And you may have got a question, or you're just coming off mute. There you go, you missed. Okay, anyone else? Any other questions? No? One last round for any of you that are watching on Facebook. Let me know that you can hear me. Perfect, can hear. If you want to jump in, jump in. Do you know what's really, really funny, guys? And I always say this to the team. There's more people that watch us through Facebook that actually come into the chats. And I'm like, I can't do two things. I can only be in the chats, or I can only be in Zoom, or I have to be in Facebook. I can't do both. So if you have questions, you're not going to get them answered on the Facebook. I can guarantee you that. So if you're on Facebook, you have questions, come into the room, because I'm not going back over and back. All right. So let's get going. Let's lock and load. Let me show you what I got. How funny. Everybody wants to win. It's the funny thing. Everybody wants to win, but not everybody does what? Hands up here wants to make $1 million next year. Yeah. Hands up here will do the work to make $1 million next year. I had this with my guys the other day. Everybody wants it. But when it comes to walking the walk on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, that's when we see who's ready to rock and roll. All right, here we go. Watch this. Oh, no, come back. Shit, where'd it go? Okay, let me go through this, and then we'll have some questions if we have, and then we'll go from there. Okay, as you know me, guys, I'm very straightforward. I'll curse at you guys, not at you, but I'll curse with you, because it's important. Number one problem I see leading into this year, leading into next year, straight up, no bullshit. Okay, most of you, this is not for everyone in the group. This is not for everyone. This is not for like just you guys. This is across the market. Okay, so I don't speak to anyone individually. I speak to everyone as a collective. I used to be in this position. Some days I am still in this position. Some days I'm still not that very good. But this is the honest truth. Most people aren't very fucking good at their job. And what I mean by that is you're not fucking making sales. And what I mean by that is you're not able to make sales. And what I mean by that is you're not capable of making sales. Yeah. And the honest truth for all you guys is not just your fault. And what I mean by that is we've all been spun things and we've all been told things. we've all been told that it's easy, you know, and the biggest problem I see in the high ticket sales at this moment is we're all being in this place. We're all being sold on the idea that high ticket sales is easy. Hands Up Here has entered into some sort of fucking entry level course or entry level process and have been told that high ticket sales is easy. You're only 6 weeks, 10 weeks, 12 weeks away from making your first 10K money. So that's how many? Just put up your hand if I can, or put a yellow. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and like 5. And I can't see some of you. Guys, here's the other side, guys. If you're on my call, you got to put on your cameras because I got to see that you're actually there so I can actually interact with you. If you don't interact, you don't put on your cameras, I'm going to kick you out. We're going to do that in about 10 seconds. So here's the thing. You're here. Put your fucking hand up. Let me see your face. If not, you've got to go bye-bye. Craig, nice to see you. Mike, nice to see you. Ray, nice to see you. Look what just happened. Govey, nice to see you. So Michael Reardon, Brian May, Kieran, Gwen, Alice, Janita, and Curtis are going to go bye-bye in about 10 seconds. You got 10 more. And then you're done. And then you can fuck off and go watch it on Facebook. That's how we rock. That's how we roll.
I'm
Right,
on
go
PC, so I don't have a camera. Is
All
that
right,
fine?
Alice, no problem whatsoever, buddy. I know you're there. That means the world to me. So, Brian, Michael, Kieran, and Gwen, you got 10 seconds. Then you got 5. Now, Brian is going to go. So, remove Brian. See you, Brian. Report. Yeah, Michael Reardon, remove you too, buddy. Adios. Don't report. Kieran is going to jump on. Alice is in the bed. Gwen is in the bed. No problem, Gwen. You can put your camera back off. No one wants to see you lie down. You can.
Thank you.
Right. Alice and Kieran. Right. That's how we rock and roll, guys. You fucking toe the line or else you fuck off. Straight up. Okay. So, anyway. So, a good amount of us here have been put ourselves in a position where we've been sold on something. And we've been told that high ticket sales is easy. Hands up who thinks high ticket sales is easy.
Yeah.
If you're on Facebook, let me know in the chat if you think high ticket sales is easy. Let me know in the chat if you feel that sales across the board is easy. There's not one person here who thinks sales is easy, which is good. Yeah, because it's not fucking easy. It isn't easy. It's not easy. It's not supposed to be easy. Yeah, it's not fucking easy. Because if it was easy, everyone would be making 10, 20K, 40K, 50K, 100K months, correct? Yeah. So, let me get rid of that. The problem that I see on the back end of that is everyone is just accepting. And everyone just accepts the situation that they're currently in. Now, some of you are making money, some of you are making a lot of money, and some of you are making fuck all money. And that's a decision that you're ultimately making every single day. Yeah. But now you all have that decision to figure out what needs to change for you to hit your end of year goals. But also hit your start or also start into 2023 in a better capacity than you left 2022. Yeah. So the question that you always have to ask yourself is, do you want to suck ass or do you actively want to get better and be more elite in what you do and how you do it? Okay. And I say a lot of things with tongue in cheek. I say a lot of things because I'm a bit of a joker at the best of times. I'm a bit of a messer, as we say in Ireland. But the truth is, and I'm going to be honest with you, if you're competing with my guys inside, you're already losing. Why? Because they know 10 times more. And they know how to do it. And they know what they're doing. And that's not my ego, although I do have one. Because we all have one, we're supposed to, because we should be confident in who we are and what we are. The reason why I know it's just not ego talking is that. Hands Up Here sees the results on a daily, weekly, monthly basis in terms of what we do and how we do it. Yeah. Hands Up Here just see the repetitiveness of the results that we do all day, every day. It's not just going to be me pumping and like telling you all how great we are. I'm going to get into this in a second. But I want you to understand, like, you're all competing. This is high-level sport for business. And we're all competing. Yeah. And you can only compete if you're in the ring. And you can only be in the ring if you fucking commit to being in the ring. Yeah. So you got to ask yourself the questions, you know. You need to ultimately put yourself in a position where you want to be excellent in 2023. Okay. Here's something that I coach my guys in Miami about. Here's something that I don't want for anybody, because this ultimately is something that no one wants to talk about. The dead zone. Okay. If you're in this place, you're going to be toast. And when I mean that, in 2023, because you're ultimately going to be competing with all the market, and I'm going to show you what that actually means in a very kind of systematic approach. So this is your dead zone. If you're in this position hitting 2023, you're in trouble. Because and I mean this per month, if you're making this per month in sales, you're in trouble. Does anybody know why? Come off and let me know. Why do you think we're in trouble if we're in this position, guys?
Inflation.
Inflation, correct. What else?
It's just enough to pay the bills, but not enough to grow.
Yeah,
you can't scale with it.
Market's going to crash.
Market's going to crash. Yeah. What else? What else do you think?
It's just not enough to do anything significant with.
Yeah, absolutely, Zach. What else do you think, guys? So 2 to 9K, roughly. Some of you make 2, some will make 9, whatever it may be. You hit tax, you're 40% wiped off the top straight away, because you're going to be a high income earner, mostly if you're above 6, 7, 8K a month. Anybody else know why you're going to be in trouble this year?
But it's only going to get harder to sell with the markets going the way they are.
Absolutely spot on. You're absolutely spot on. Let me show you this. So this is my dead zone for you guys. This is my dead zone for you guys. My guys inside, this is their dead zone. That's the level, like if you're under that, you're in trouble. I'm very fortunate that not a lot in my group are under that. Okay? And that's obviously offer depending and everything else. What I mean by in trouble, I mean this. Okay? This is what you are. And I'm going to show you what that actually means. This is what you are, guys. If you're in a business and you're making 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8K, 9K, under 10K, you're fucked. And I don't mean like you're fucked as you're going to die. I mean like you're in trouble. You're expendable. It means you do not provide enough value to your company for them to actually keep you, want you, and actually believe in you to obviously invest and pump you up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You ultimately are that. You're ultimately that now. You're a number on a board. You're actually not even a person. Honestly, as awful as that sounds, and I speak to an awful lot of business owners, believe me. Yeah, they're looking for 2, 3, 4 people at a time. Why are they looking for 2, 3, 4 people at a time? They come to me. I get about 5 to 10 offers a month. Come to me. Why do you think they look for 2, 3, 4 people at a time?
So they can keep one and fire the rest.
Yeah, because they're going to let you compete. Because you're just a number until you're actually something.
Yeah.
Any of you ever started on an offer and then you just realize there's like 3 other people starting on the offer at the exact same time? Or within a week or 2? Have any of you been in that situation?
I'm there right now.
Yeah. Anyone else? Yeah.
I'm the business owner, so I see all my competition out there.
Yeah. This is what you're doing. Zach will tell you, this is what business owners are doing, guys. Because ultimately, you got to do a couple of things. You got to provide a tremendous amount of volume. You got to provide a tremendous amount of value. Those are the only 2 things that are going to allow you to stay not a number. Okay. You are just ultimately a piece in the puzzle of how they're building their business. You're actually not a part of the business. You're just a piece in the actual business. And as awful as that is to say, guys, it's the fucking truth. How and why do they see you like that? Does anybody know?
Business is just numbers.
It's numbers, but my business is not just numbers. Why do they see you like that? Or how do they see you like that?
I think results matter, and that if you're underneath of that little income bracket right there, that's showing that you're not working hard enough on yourself and on your skill sets to grow and evolve inside of that own personal time, that's going to show in your own character, and that character is not a high performer.
Correct. You're absolutely spot on. The only way people see you like that, and the only way you allow people to see you like that is because you made that decision for them to allow you to see you like that. And what I mean by that is ultimately, what the fuck are you doing so people see you differently? And the only way people see you differently is you do what? You produce more. You get better. You develop. You grow. You fucking step into the ownership of what needs to change for you to get to where you want to go. And that's across the board. And even as a business owner, Zach as well, me and Zach, and whoever else is a business owner here, what do we ultimately need to do to level up and continue to grow? Yeah. But this is the honest truth. This is just exactly what Mikey said, wrapped up. You do not provide enough value to ride the wave of the downturn that will hit. Because ultimately what you are right now is you're an expense of the business. And I'm going to show you why you're an expense of the business. And I'm going to talk through the numbers of what most people don't actually know what numbers are. Okay. If you make that type of money, you ultimately are in around this range. You're around 20 to 30% or below. That's what you close at. Hands up here makes like 5K month. Or hands up here is below 20, 30K months. Or in terms of 20, 30% close rates. Any of you? Brooke? James? Anyone else? Yeah, Bobby. Yeah. So this is kind of where you're at without being disrespectful. Yeah. That 20, 30% is going to get you roughly 10% comms. 10% comms of a 10K offer is about $1,000. Probably do 7 to 10 deals a month. Where you're at. Yeah. And now this is the problem. And with the amount of people that are coming in because they're sold that it's a quick, easy, happy way to make your first 10K, which is completely not. Now you're in this position. Because now you're not actually something of value in the actual company. Now you're just a position. Okay, so now I want to talk to the numbers because it's all well and good me just telling you all this. Does anyone have any questions before we can go into this? And I can show you what it actually means as a business standpoint in terms of numbers. Anyone any questions on that so far? Some of you are going to be like, fucking hell, this is shit. And then some of you are going to be like, fucking hell, this is exactly what I need to hear, because some of you are going to be like this. I just went through with my entire company, or with my entire company and all the guys that I coach. So let's do this, right? Let's say you are at 26% close rate. Let's just say that. That's what you do. Which ultimately means you make 2.6 sales out of 10 calls. Yeah. This is what you sell. Let's call it 10K offer. Let's say you get 10% comps. Let's say you're getting 20 calls a week. Let's say you close under 5 deals a week. You collect one paid in full, you collect one down payment, which ultimately is never connected. And then you get 3 pays. Let's just say you get 3 pays at 3K, 3, whatever it is. Let's say you collected $19,000 that month or that week. Pretty standard, right? Now, here's the issue that you guys are going to have. Let's say it costs the business owner, because he's heavily reliant on ads. He's heavily reliant on some sort of, suppose, client mechanism. He has no organic process. He has no marketing process. He has no this, that, the other stuff. And he's just gone all in on advertisement. Whether that's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Google Ads, whatever the hell it may be. This is what you guys are going to come up against. He spends $500 a call. Yeah. 10K in ad spend straight away a week. That's just for you. That's not without everybody else. So now we're down to 9K. So the 10K in ad spend is ultimately going to be broken down in ad spend. It's going to be broken down into fulfillment, which is obviously his coaching staff, which is obviously his VAs, which could be his, I suppose, his in-person place. Could be the bills. You could have the systems, ClickFunnels, ActiveCampaign, the software. Could be on school, or it could be on this, that, and the other stuff. And then he's got to pay the taxes. And then he's got to pay you 10% on the cash, which ultimately is around 2K a month or 2K a week, if you just break it down like this. So now what he is just done. Let's say he sells a fucking 10K, or 10K program is a 6-month program, whatever it is. Now what does it look like? He's barely breaking even. Now one of these people could pull out. One of these people may look for a refund. Now what has happened? Now he's in negative. Now he's red. And now he's barely breaking even. And now he wishes, and prays that he can get back to breaking even. And this is what happens. He brings in another closer who ultimately is closing at 31%, which is 6% more than you. This is what you guys are going to see next year, and I'm going to guarantee you this. Not a lot in terms of close rate, but as a business owner, 6% is a fucking tremendous amount. What do you think happens next to you? Does anybody know? Please come off mute and tell me what happens next.
Off with your head.
You're canned.
And what else do we think is going to happen? What else can happen? I'll tell you what happens. Number one, you're going to get canned. Number two, you're going to get a bad name. Number two, you're going to get a bad reputation. Number four, your confidence is going to take a dip. Yeah, it's like, anyone ever have a messy breakup? Anyone ever be told you're not good enough? It's not particularly nice. Yeah, and I don't say this, guys, to scare you or worry you or like leave you here in a negative space of, oh my God, my world is going to crush. I don't mean it to do it like that. I just want to be very honest and open with you guys because I don't see anybody else as being this open with you guys. So that's what's going to happen. You do that. Because as a business owner, as we just broke it down, and Zach has just basically said it, you are just numbers. That's it. Yeah, and I see it, and I know an awful lot of business owners, and they just look at it like that. Now, as a closer, I'm looking at it, and people are just numbers, and I don't want to know their names, and I just want to just build a business, and I'm just going for it, and I'm scaling, and I'm doing all this great stuff. I look at a 31%, and I look at 26%. What do you think I'm doing? As a business, if all I'm looking at is just numbers, that 26% is gone because that 26% guy is costing me money. He's actually making me lose money. And this is why, and this is the other sad reality, guys, this is why most of you are on shit offers. Hands up here is on an offer that they're probably not going to be in 6 months, 12 months time, that don't see a future in their offer. Just let me know in the chats, or just let me put up your hand or yellow thing or whatever it is, because I can't see you guys when I share. Any of you on an offer that you probably don't see yourself being there in 12 months time? No, everyone's going to be on the best offers all the time. We're all on the best offers. Are we all on the best offer? Yeah. So in my opinion, that's what's happening. It's because people are being bounced around from pillar to post, offer to offer, because they're not allowing themselves to understand what needs to change internally for them to get to where they want to go. And it's all based on this. You got to provide enough value so you're not in a position where you're costing the business owner. You're not in a position where you're costing yourself a job. Hands Up Here has had more than 2 offers that they worked on, as in bounce from offer to offer this year. Hands up, just let me know. Hands Up Here has been in, who sold 2 different offers this year that you may not have wanted to, but you ended up having to. Anyone? Was that Aaron Brewer? Anyone else? Anyone on an offer that Devin? Yeah. That's why, in my opinion, guys, is because you can't provide enough value for that business owners to fucking go out of his way to the nail to make sure that you're happy and that you would stay. Well, the biggest question then you got to ask on top of that is what needs to change or what do you need to do about it? Yeah. This is where you're at. Get better or stay stuck blaming the leads, the offers, the funnels, and fulfillment. This is what I see, guys. And this is not me just saying it to you. I've said it to my own guys. So you've got to make a conscious decision whether you're going to go left or you're going to go right. Because if you don't, you're in trouble. And as we grow into 2023 and inflation hits proper and the cost of living hits proper and the recession hits proper, I think we'll have a bump in Christmas because everyone likes Christmas and everyone is just going to force it through. Especially if you have kids, you don't want your kids to be affected by Christmas and the shit that's going on in your own personal life. How do I know? Because the first year I came to London, that's exactly how I felt. But after that, guys, you're going to see a tremendous amount. You're going to see a tremendous amount to pull back. Yeah. Anyone, any questions on any of that? I just wanted to let you guys know because I've done it this week with my guys internally. But it's important that you know what the numbers are, and it's important that you know where you're going with things. Because if you don't know, then how can you make it better? If you don't know, then how can you make it, how can you improve it? You just can't. So, of course, it may be a little bit mundane and it may be put you in a position, some of you guys, even some of you guys on Facebook, where you're saying, fuck me, shit. But I'd rather be honest with you guys than to pump you all up and thinking and telling you all that everything is going to be perfectly fine. You're going to be the best that's ever happened. It's just not. We're just all going to be in a position where we're going to compete. And if you're not up to competing, then you're going to get crushed. That's as straight up as it is. If you're not wanting to get better, 30, 40, 50% close rate, you're just going to get crushed. And you're going to be in the worst offers. And you're going to spend more time onboarding and offboarding on offers than you are actually on sales calls. I can guarantee you that. All right. So, anyone any questions in regard to sales? Anyone any questions in regard marketing, fulfillment, anything like that? This is your time. I got 15 more minutes and then I'm bouncing. I got to get out of here. So tell me, what are we looking at? What are we seeing? Have any of you seen any pullback up to now? From Thanksgiving on, there's always a pullback. Has anyone seen anything?
I've been seeing a trend of people who are either like no-showing to the actual second call or like committing or, you know, like saying they want to do it and like really like seeing like they're all the way in and then they pull out at the last minute with some sort of bullshit excuses.
Okay, that's on the first
and it's
call?
usually done by email. Second?
Is that first call or second call?
Second call.
Okay, so like objections, giving you objections?
Yeah, so it's not even like, so the first call goes well, they want to get on the second call, and then I'm getting cancellations like right before, like an hour before the call of stuff like that.
Okay, this is for all you guys. How are you selling the call?
How am I selling the second? I'm selling the second call as, well, you know what we have. This sounds like something I might be able to help you with. I have a few different options. So the second call is to really see if it makes sense and see what option might work best for them. Okay,
cool. So here's what I want you to know right now. So does anyone, when Zach said that, hands up here, actually wanted to get on that call. And I'm not going to pick on you now, Zach, but I am going to pick on you. There you go. Hands up here. Hands up who want to get on that call when Zach said that. Hands up would actually give away another hour of your time to speak to Zach. Why? Because you never told me that you're going to get me to my goal. You never expressed that you have the skills, the reasons, the stories. You never expressed to me that you have conviction in what I do, how I do it is going to get you where you want to go. Because you said, we got a couple of options of how we could possibly, maybe should get you to where you want to go. Would you like to have another conversation? No. Why would I want to have another conversation with somebody that doesn't know whether they're going to get me to where I want to go? Anyone pick that up? No? Why would I want to speak to you again? You just told me that I don't know. Can you get me to where you want to go? And you have all these options that could maybe work. Hands up here would put in internet into their property right here, right now, on the promise that it may work. No one hand. Hands up here will go to a garage if your car broke down and they say to you, yeah, we could possibly get the wheels back on properly. Hands up here will feel safe driving their kids to school the next day in that car. So it's how you sell the call. It's why you sell the call. It's how you actually transition that person into a position where they have complete conviction, confidence, and certainty, knowing that you aren't going to do what? Zach.
Okay.
You know
so I kind of differ. So I do. Yeah. So I'm kind of using the NEPQ. Maybe I'm like misusing it. I was like, well, it seems like, it's possibly
I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give you exactly what to say. Right? You ready? So what you're going to say, very, very simple. So the way this works from here, buddy, look, I definitely feel what we do can get you to where you want to go. What we need to do from this point is actually explain to you the reasons or the process and the system and structure of how we're actually going to get you to 10K a month every single month moving forward. Make sense? Cool. Now, it roughly takes about 35 minutes to kind of go through that whole process. When is the next kind of available 35 minutes that you have? Now, what did I just do? I told you time. It's going to take you 35 minutes. I told you the outcome is what you're going to have. And I told you what I'm going to do to get you to the outcome. Hands up here will turn up to that call. And I didn't go word for word, but I just gave you the framework. Hands up here, we'll go to that call. Why? Because I told you that I'm going to get you to the goal. I told you that I truly believe and I have conviction and certainty in what I do is going to get you there. And I told you that I'm going to explain the system of what I'm going to do and how I'm going to get you there. And I also told you that it's going to take no more than 35, 40 minutes. So this is 2023, guys. And this is the bullshit that I don't like with the probing and clarifying and the ifs, the buts, the maybes, the could, the woulds, the shoulds. Fucking stand up. Be responsible. Tell a person, hey, buddy, I know exactly where you are. I know exactly what needs to change to get you to where you want to go. Would you like to have that conversation? Hands up, would like to have that conversation. Why? Because I spoke from a place of conviction. I spoke from a place where I know that I'm going to get you there. And the beauty of you, Zach, is I've seen your shit and I know what you do and I know you can do that. But what you are doing, buddy, is you're chopping off your legs because you're pretending to be some fucking idiot that you're not. You're like, I don't know, can I get you there? And then maybe should. And I have all these options that maybe could, would, should get you on the right path. And I don't really know, but let's have a conversation. That's literally what you just said. Mm-hmm. But that's not you as a person, because I see your stuff and I know what you do and I know the shit that you've gone through. And I know that you can stand up and grab your balls by your hand, with all due respect to all the ladies that are watching this. I know you can grab your balls by the hand and you can lead people. Because what is sales? Does anybody know what sales actually is?
Transfer of certainty.
You're just fucking there to help that person get to where they want to go, even when they're scared, even when they're fearful, even when they don't have the logistics, even when they're a little bit apprehensive. You stand there and you shine the light, and guess what the person that's in the dark going to do? Without being too philosophical or Tony Robbins or baby Jesus about it, that person is in the dark, my friend. They don't know. So what do? We know. And that's what we do. That's sales 101. So that's the difference. That's how you fucking sell the next call, guys. That's how I sell the next call, even though I don't do any triage. But if I did do triages, that's exactly how I did. And that's exactly what I would do. Because that's putting that person in a position where they know, like, and trust that you can do what? Get them to where they want to go. You know what I mean? Because that's what they're there for. They're not there to figure out possibly, maybe, could this person actually, maybe I don't really know. Because we're all busy and we're all in a position where this thing right here has completely shifted your attention span. Hands up here will want to have 35 minutes to go out and look at the grass being fucking grown. Or hands up here will paint the wall and stare at the wall for 35 minutes. Because our minds are bubbling and turning so quickly into everything that we can do that we don't want to waste anything. Hands up here spends like up until like 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock on their phone watching nothing on YouTube, TikTok. No one? We all do. Don't fucking lie. I actually locked my phone away, but we all did what we all did, didn't we? That's why we lock our phone away. That's why we shut down. Yeah? See, with my wife, she does it all the time. I'm like, babe, can you just put it away? Like you're meshing your whole brain. And it's just ticking away all day, every day, all day, every day, all day, every day. And it reduces your attention span and it reduces the time that you want to give to things, because there's a load of shit that we can do that actually is just wasting time rather than actually doing things. Yeah. So that's why you got to be very clear, you got to be concise, and you got to have the right steps in place that let people know that I have what you need and I'm going to get you there and I'm going to do it in this amount of time. Make sense?
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. Brahim, go for it, buddy. Bill and TikTok. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. TikTok me mean.
What's up?
What's going
on? All good, man. I'm new, like I'm not in an offer yet.
Okay.
But what main key points to choosing an offer? Like, what should I see when I'm choosing an offer?
Yeah, there's a couple of things. You don't choose an offer when you're new. That's the first thing. Okay. You're not gonna have the respect and I suppose the know, or I suppose the confidence or certainty to be able to choose an offer. So you're going to figure out what you're looking for. So besides obviously getting really, really good at sales, that's the first thing you need to do, because if you don't, you're just going to bumble around on all shit offers. What you need to do is you need to look at a couple of things in terms of businesses. You need to look at call volume. You need to look at fulfillment. You need to look at no-shows. You need to look at obviously their process in terms of their sales. You need to look at how many sales they're doing on a weekly, monthly basis. You need to look at the refund rate. These are all the things that I would be looking at if I was looking for an offer right here, right now. Because it gives you a full picture of what's going on behind the curtain. Because every business owner is going to tell you you're going to get 45 book calls every single month or every single week, and they're the hottest leads. They can literally just fall over. They literally just tip them. They're like dominoes, and you're going to make loads of money. And OTE, on target earning, is like 85K. You're like, oh my God, what an offer. How many of you ever heard that? And then you walk in and it's a shit show. They don't even have Calendly. You're like, how am I going to take this call? Like, how is this call being booked in? Oh, you don't even do Zoom? What do? You just call them off your mobile? Okay. Yeah, so you got to do your due diligence with teams and companies. Right, so that's what I would be looking at if I were you. Those are the numbers, those are the logistics that I would look at. But I would also look at who's there, and I would like to speak to the people that are there.
Okay. From appointment setter, like from setting perspective, are the key points to see?
Well, again, you got to be very fucking good at sales. That's the first thing. Because like we've just gone through, if you don't, you're going to be in trouble. The second thing in terms of triage is the same thing as sales. Like we just done with Zach, you got to be able to sell every part of this whole process. Everything. How I make sales is how I speak to people on the first day. And it's the respect that I give them. You know, and I'm not there to be people's friends as per se. I make a lot of friends from this company and from what I do. But my goal is not to be their friend, and my goal is not to just sell them on Teams. Because people realize after a week, after 2 days coming into what I do, whether I'm fucking legit or not. So I'd rather just be honest the whole way through. And I'd rather be straightforward, and I'd rather be the person that I am right here, right now with you on the very first day. So it's the same thing with triaging. It's the same thing with everything. You got to know what you're doing and how you're moving the conversation forward. Yeah.
Gotcha.
John Saldana will tell you, what you see is what you get, buddy, isn't it? From the moment we first started, the whole way through your four months of coaching, tell me how much did I deviate from who I am right here, right now?
Yeah, guys, I trained with Bill, really just hand-on-hand personal development. I actually was one of his case studies, his testimonials. So now Bill, lately after our coaching, I went from 8K all the way to 12K now. So big difference. I started before I came with you, I was making 2K a month.
I know. 2K to 12K in what, less than 6 months?
Yeah, less than 6 months, exactly. So
yeah, that's a big jump. That's 10K extra. That's 120K extra a year.
Yep.
That's on a fitness offer.
Yep. Fitness offer, exactly.
And that's below 5K. Is it? Is that what it is?
Yep. Below 5K, exactly.
So that's the 10%. That's $500 on a paid in full. If not, you're getting a payment plan. It's probably.
I got 12% now, Bill.
All right, there you go. Coached you up.
You really did.
Yeah, so there's a fucking jump. I didn't know you were going to come, John, so appreciate you, buddy. So 2K to 12K. Awesome.
Yep.
That's how you. So, and again, the reason why John got 12% and probably gets a base now, I imagine, I don't know.
Yep, I did text you that. Yeah, I did get a base.
Yeah, you get a base now and you get 12% is because you provide what?
So much value, just being a good asset now. You know.
Yeah. In a position where ultimately now you cannot be expendable. If you're expendable, then you're in trouble. You're not in trouble, but the business is in trouble. Yeah, because think of it, guys. If he's getting 12%, she's getting 12%, he's making 12K. How much money is the business actually making now?
Now we're up in probably 160K in revenue now. So
there you go. Yeah, that's a big difference from fucking 2K, which ultimately meant you were making 20K a month.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
So just think of it like this, guys. The more money you make, the more money that you're going to provide the company, which ultimately means that you're building the value that you have in the company. When I was selling anything to you guys, I was putting in probably 350 cash a month myself. Anywhere between 180 to 350 cash. That's not a bad month. My best month, I pulled in 72 sales. So the amounts on that in terms of cash. So that's why you didn't have a script. That's why you didn't have to do fucking an hour's meeting every morning. That's why you didn't have to do this. That's why you didn't have to do my follow-ups. That's why you didn't have to do my admin. Because all they wanted was what? The value that I provided, which ultimately meant that I needed just to be on sales calls and coach the team. Fact. Cool. Let's go 2 more, and then I got to bounce. Let's go, Devin.
Hey, how you guys doing? My name is Devin Wilson.
Devin Wilson. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys too. How everybody out there doing? So I just got introduced into coaching. So I just got my coaching license October 2nd.
Fantastic. What are you coaching?
I'm NLP.
NLP. Fantastic. Yeah. Non-linguistic patterns?
Neuro-linguistic programming.
Cool. Nearly.
So right now I'm just trying to find my way into starting, if I should start or if I should join a group or a company. So I was asking for any type of advice that anybody may have, because I believe that I'm an expert salesman.
What makes you an expert?
Because my connectivity, I don't sell. I figure out what people want and I get them what they want.
Okay. But what makes you excellent compared to everybody else?
Because
the only way I'll measure excellence, buddy, is results. So show me your results that makes you excellent.
Well, the results are coming from kind of a different background. So I just now got into coaching. So that's why I want to see if my salesmanship should go first into like a company or if I should try to go 100%, you know.
You do whatever you want, buddy. I'm not going to tell you what to do. It's your life. You do whatever you want. If you want to work for a company, work for a company. You want to work for yourself, work for yourself. One thing I would like for everyone to do is provide what they say and do what they do. Because if you can do that, then you ultimately have equity in the market.
Okay.
That would be my advice for you.
All right.
Coolio. Look, Mikey, go for it. Last one, buddy. It's on you. And then I got to bounce. Sure. For you guys, does this all help though in terms of like not just speaking on sales and all this stuff? This is how you build your own business. Hands up, here's their own business. You should all be putting up your hand. How do I know you should all be putting up your hand? Who pays your tax?
Because we're all independent contractors. We all
independent contractors. Hands up here pays their tax every year. Yeah, hands up here pays their national insurance. What do you guys pay over there? Some contributions. Hands up here pays state tax. That's a big thing you guys do, don't you? Yeah, you all do. Okay, so now you are your own company, right? Because your boss doesn't pay your tax, does he? No. But you are your own company, guys. So this is not necessarily just a case of how do you make more money. It's about how do you actually stay making money, but also how do you actually understand the business aspect of things and why numbers actually matter, but also how do you not become just another number and how do you actually become a fucking name and a play and a person in the actual company. That's how you stay, guys, with businesses long term. That's how you build your network. That's how you build your relationships. Cool. Mikey, go for it, buddy. Last one.
Cool, man. Guys, I'm Mike. I'm in the solar industry. Solar's kind of high ticket. You can high ticket, high commission, right? So some of the numbers that you were speaking about in the beginning, those are kind of quotas that we must meet regardless, or we just get cut out. You know, but we don't have a base. We're 100% commission, kind of, and all belly to belly sales. You know, I like that. I thrive on that. I like that personal connection of being at the table and that little dance, that order of the sale. When, you know, I found Jeremy Miner, probably last year and started to implement some of his free content. And then I got into the NEPQ coursing, which is a lot, and I haven't given it my all, but I have noticed that some of my sales have gone down a little bit, right? And I'm a really, really, really direct, clear communicator. I can communicate well with empathy and figure out, kind of like the other gentleman was saying, figure out what people want. And I think one of the main things of sales is to find their underlying buying motivation and close only to that, right? The rest can be built outside of that. And I also agree that you don't have to create relationships as much in sales. Your expertise will stand for that rapport, right? When people feel confident that you can help them in that direction, that speaks for rapport right there alone. And you don't have to be friendly. You can be friendly but indifferent for sure, right? So my question to you would be, I saw, and correct me if I'm wrong, please, but I saw a little bit of a challenge, right? And I liked it. I did, because I see some certain things that I just feel intuitively about NEPQ. And not to chalk anything on that against it, but you came from that. You came from Jeremy Minor.
Sure.
I've got a style that's kind of like a blend of that. It's like an East Coast hard closer. Like, are you gonna fucking do it or what? Is this what you want or what?
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I kind of blend the two together, and I can see that style in you. Can you tell me how your style has separated itself from the NEPQ inquisitiveness and changed results for you and for all the other people that you teach?
For sure. Okay. Firstly, I'm never going to throw shade because it's just not who I am and it's just not how I built my life. Second thing, it's actually not Jeremy's whole framework. It's actually Michael Oliver's, if you really want to get into it. The third thing is I don't do an awful lot of the probing and clarifying. And I think a lot of people don't understand how to probe and clarify as well. I think a lot of people in sales are just told you got to probe and clarify everything. And there's no actual coach there to actually guide and coach you on what to actually do. So I think that's a big difference between me and what I do and a lot of my competitors. And here's the other side of it. I'm friendly with an awful lot of my competitors. I'm very good friends with Eli Wild. Connect with him all the time. We sit down, we have coffee. We're really, really good friends. We're all different in all different ways. I think for me and what I do and how it's a little bit different than most is because I'm very much direct, but I'm direct in a way that's not offensive, largely. I'm direct in a way that's, challenging the internal dialogue that's going on and that little ticker that's going on in your head. And I'm asking you questions based on what you need to do or who you need to become to get to where you need to be for you and your family. So I think there's a big difference. I speak with a lot of conviction and certainly in confidence in what I am and who I am because I'm just strong in the person that I am today. But I don't do the probe and clarify. That's a big issue, or that's a big thing. And I'm very direct in what I do. And I'm very streamlined in obviously what I'm all about. I have a 4-step process that most of you guys probably should have a good understanding of now. I have a North Star, I have a future pace, I have an in-action question, which is ultimately consequence question, and I coach on objectives. That's the 4 things that I do. I don't have a 10-step process like Cole does. I don't have a whole identity shift that Eli does, and they're great people and they do great work. I just don't want to be on calls for an hour and a half every time. I just want to get in, figure out, can I help this person? Does this person believe that I can help them? Yes or no? Can we actually meet common ground? And can I wrap this up in 30, 40 minutes? That was always my goal with everything that I did. So in a large essence, to kind of wrap this up for you, after a while, I realized NEPQ doesn't work for my style because it made me weak.
I agree.
It put me in a position where I lost my certainty in who I am as a person and who I am as a business owner, but also a leader. And it made me weak in a capacity of probing and clarifying and doing lots of weak words. Weak words for me are an awful lot of sorry, apologize. Obviously, there are certain places when that's a strength word, when you actually have to apologize. I'm sorry about what you just said. I didn't understand it, this type of stuff. If, but, maybe, could, would, should, possibly, potentially. All these words are putting you in a position where you're losing the certainty, conviction, and confidence in who you are as a person, and obviously helping that person get to where you want to go. So I don't use any. So those are big.
I don't mean to cut you off on that. Can I ask a follow-up on that?
Go for it. You can.
In terms of eliminating sales resistance, so let's say that cold call or that door knock. I'm not sure if you're involved in that type of sales process with what you're currently doing, right? But I do agree that removing some of that resistance from the get-go is a smart way to do it with today's buyers, right? Because they're being sold at every fucking moment, every time they turn on their phone, every time they turn on the TV, the radio, right? They're being overloaded with some form of sales or marketing.
Yeah.
How would your style equate to hey, not here to sell, whatever. I don't even know if I can help you. How does that work in terms of your style? So how can I find that?
There's a difference, right? What we've largely talked about today and what you asked me is based on sales calls and stuff like that. Whereas door knocking and that whole concept of cold calling, it's a bit of a, how do I get past the first 10 seconds?
Mm-hmm.
That's the most important thing when you're cold calling or you're in a door knocking situation. How do I actually engage this person enough where I can actually have a conversation, where they can actually open up and not just shut down when they see that I'm a salesman? So you're going to have to ask questions that ultimately allow the conversation to move into actually opening up, because it's a give and take. Now you can't, and this is the problem that I see with a lot of people that cold call and a lot of people that door knock. They open up the door and you just verbally assault people. Yeah. You open up a cold call and you're just, hey, this is Bill here from X, Y, and Z company, and what we do is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. And before you know it, you know, you're on a rant for 45 seconds and you haven't had enough interaction for that person to actually figure this out. So here's the other side, and I use an awful lot of analogies and hooks. If you call me right now and you're asking questions, like little questions, fast questions, that I'm saying yes, and before you know it, I'm saying an awful lot more words. I have about 15 words said in a minute. I'm not hanging up on you. Why? Because I've invested in the conversation. How do I invest in the conversation? I've given you energy and I've given you thoughts and I've allowed you insight and I've answered your questions. So I've invested in the conversation. That's the biggest thing that needs to happen in a cold calling aspect or a door knocking aspect. Invest in the conversation, and that's how you're going to get past that 10-15 second window. Once you get past 10-15 seconds, then it's a case of, okay, can I actually provide value? And does this person have an issue and a problem that I can actually solve?
Got it. Thank you, Bill.
Okay.
Appreciate you.
Okay, I'm out of here. All right, owner. Got one more. Go for it, buddy. You got literally 30 seconds. Go for it. Oh, now you're on mute as well. What an awful 30 seconds this is going to be. You got to unmute, buddy.
I wondered, Bill, could you give me an example of the ideal lifestyle, the future pace? Could you give me an example, 1 year in a conversation, what's critical that you're asking in that stage 2 of the 4-step process?
After the North Star? Yeah. So let's say they give you a goal of, I want to get to 20K months. Typical answer. I want to open up an Amazon store because I want to make extra money. Okay. First question I would ask, okay, when we put you in a position, again, watch the tone and watch the actual words. I don't say, if we could possibly maybe get you in a position where we could get you into that position where you're X and Y. Straight away. So when we get you to the position where we're putting you in that place and you're making a guaranteed 10 to 20K every single month, what does that actually look like? What am I going to do? I give certainty, conviction, goals, outcome, and I'm asking that person to dive down and understand and figure out what it's going to look like for that person. So what that is a future-based conversation, which now they're going to have to go and figure out what that actually looks like. So now they're future pacing themselves into the future self. Second question I would ask on top of that. So when you get to that exact place, and based on the answers that I would get, a typical question I would ask underneath that, they would give me, this is what you're going to get when you ask questions. I'm going to feel happy. I'm going to feel fulfilled. I'm going to feel proud. I'm going to feel less stressed. I'm going to feel less anxious. I'm going to feel more secure in myself. I'm going to be able to see my kids more. I'm going to be able to go on more holidays. I'm going to be able to buy that car. I'm going to be able to buy that house. We're going to have more X, Y, and Z. Now you're going to have to wrap up all of that in a way and ask another question. So when you get to that position and you are feeling X, Y, and Z, and your wife, gets to see you every single evening and you get to kiss the kids, what is that going to do for you? Like, how is that going to make you feel? The reason why I say feel instead of think, does anybody know that? I'm going to leave this with you and then I'm going to go. Why would I say feel instead of think? Where do I think from? Does anybody know? Here. Where do I feel from?
Yeah.
Where do I want the conversation to go? Yeah. Do you ever hear the expression, do you feel hungry? Your mind goes, oh, hold on, shit. Because when I ask a question, hey, are you hungry? You're instantly going to say no or yes. But if I say to you a question of, hey, do you feel in the next 30 minutes that you may be hungry? What are you going to do? You're going to have to absorb what I just said. You're going to have to actually understand what I said, and you're actually going to have to go down your body and say, okay, hold on a second. Let me think. In 30 minutes time, I'm going to be in the car. I probably am going to be hungry. See? So all you got to do is shift your questions and actually shift it in a way that actually allows you to get a better answer. Make sense? Easy peasy?
Thanks, Bill.
Lemon squeezy? All right. Adios. One thing I always say, one thing I'll always ask of people, if I give away an hour of my time, which is a lot of money these days, without being a prick about it, what I'll always ask from people is if they come and if they took an awful lot with it, or even they've took something from it, share. Why do I always get to share? And this is something I do with all my guys inside. Because when you share something, you're passing on information and you're passing on your education. How did we all get to the position that we're in today? How did we all learn how to write? How do we all learn how to walk? How do we all learn how to eat? How do we all learn how to cut our knife and forks? Yeah, we're getting information and we're passing it on. So all I ask and all I ever need from people is whatever you've learned today, if anything, of course, share it in the group, because your golden nugget or your words of wisdom might actually help that person make a sale. And I see it all day in my group. I see it all day from what people share. People go out and actually turn it into money. Because you're all salespeople, that's what you want. You all want to make a lot of money. So pass on the information, pass on the education, and you don't know what you're going to take out of it yourself. If 10 of you do it right here, I guarantee you, you'll take away something from this that you didn't even realize yourself. I guarantee you that. All right. Can I ask that of all of you here? Can I ask that of all of the people on the Facebook group? Mm-hmm. If you watch this, if you took something from it, pass it on. All right. Adios. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Bill.